Hello, everyone. Come on in, and welcome to my channel. I wanted to share with you some tools that have helped me on my mounjaro journey these past 5 months, 20 weeks. I have lost a total of 25.7 pounds. If you're new to my channel and you want to find out more about how I started this journey, please watch my incredible weight loss journey with mounjaro. I wanted to share today some of the tools that I use to help me get through my journey. When I first started off on mounjaro, I had done a little bit of research. I wanted to be prepared for anything that could come my way. So I purchased several items to help me with that. The first thing I purchased was Pepcid AC. I have never needed to use that in my entire life, so that was new to me. I also purchased some Tums. I purchased Pepto-Bismol, I purchased Docalex, and eventually I ended up changing to Colace. The Pepcid AC helps with acid reflux. The Pepto-Bismol and Tums are for an upset stomach, nausea, and of course the Docalex is for constipation. I have not needed to use any of those except for the Colace because I have had constipation. It's not severe. I may need to take 2 of these pills twice a week to get things moving, but I haven't had to take them every day. I hear some people are taking medicine for constipation every day to keep things moving, and I haven't needed to do that. There was one time when I did eat fried foods, fatty foods, and then I topped it off with some ice cream, and that had me going to the restroom and vomiting. I was miserable that day. And so I know not to ever do that again. But at the time, I didn't realize that I shouldn't do that. I thought I could just do it and eat a little bit and I would be okay. Well, it did not agree with my stomach. So I did take some Pepto-Bismol and that helped right away. Other than that one incident, I really haven't had nausea or an upset stomach or anything to that effect. So I would like to keep that going. I would advise you not to go out and purchase all these things ahead of time like I did. In hindsight, I wish I would have waited to see how things worked for me. But of course, you read these things, you hear these things, you hear some of the videos that people are making and sharing their experience. And I just wanted to be prepared. But you talk to your doctor, you do whatever you think you should do. In hindsight, I would have waited. The next thing I'll share with you is the different snacks that I eat, and I try to focus on high protein snacks. I have Smart Food popcorn. I have popcorn on my list of snacks. They're not high protein. They do have some protein, but popcorn is high in fiber. Anything high in protein, and you can also get plenty of fiber in, makes for a great snack when you're on a GLP-1. So I have my Skinny Pop. I purchased the Quest protein chips, and I must admit, I do not like those. They are not some of my favorite chips to eat at all. But I thought that was a great way to get in some protein. If I'm not mistaken, they have, I want to say 19 grams of protein per bag or 16, which is a lot of protein, which is, what you're looking for. I just did not like the taste, but I'm sure you probably can find a flavor you like. I just have not. I also like to snack on the Lenny and Larry's, the complete cookie. They have 16 grams of protein. I believe it's 480 calories for the whole cookie. It's a large cookie. I usually cut it in half. I don't eat the whole thing at one time. And that gives me 8 grams of protein and 240 calories. And to me, it's worth it. It's pretty tasty. One of my favorite go-to snacks is the Blue Diamond almonds. I get the kind that have like a little brush of dark chocolate, so it gives you that chocolate, that sweet sensation, but it's very lightly dusted with the chocolate, so it's not overwhelming. I also love to eat nuts. The downside of that is nuts are high in fat and calories. So when you're eating the nuts, you have to be careful that you don't overeat. I talked about in one of my other videos how recently I am overeating and snacking a lot. And I learned quickly not to do that with nuts because the calories and the fat adds up and not for your benefit. I have a picture of pistachios and I get the small packs. I like everything portion size because I am the type of person, if it's not a portion, I'm not good at determining what that portion should be. Even though I may know, I tend to overeat. So I have to spend a little bit more for that convenience of it being prepackaged already. So those little packets of pistachios, I just order them from Amazon and I could eat 2 of those. It has 120 calories. And I guess for 2 packs, 240 calories aren't a lot, but it's a lot of fat. For that little amount that you get, I don't feel like the calories and fat are worth it. Same thing with sunflower seeds. I mean, I feel like this is even worse than the pistachios as far as the amount you get for the amount of calories and fat, but they are really good for you. You just have to really be careful with the portion size. Another tool that has really been helpful to me is the Element, and I'm not sure if you know what that is or not, but it is electrolyte packets, and I absolutely love them. The electrolyte packets have 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. I was told the potassium and magnesium balance out that sodium. Once again, I would defer to your doctor. I would talk to your doctor if you have high blood pressure or if you're watching your salt intake. I would definitely not take this right away. If you work out or you're active or you do a lot of sweating, or maybe you're outside with your kids or your family and you sweat, I would definitely look into using some sort of electrolyte. I just happen to really like this one. Element is a drink mix that you just open the package, you put it in your water. They recommend that you put in 32 ounces of water to balance out the salty taste. I started off with just putting it into my 16-ounce water bottle, and I learned quickly that that was too much salt. I mean, the taste was still good, but it was overpowering. So I have a 40-ounce Stanley cup, and I put 2 bottles of water in there, and then add my ice, and I'm good for the day. My favorite flavor is the watermelon salt, but you could also get citrus salt, raspberry salt, orange salt. They have a chocolate salt, and they just have a plain one. Now, I will say I did not care for the taste of the chocolate salt. I did not care for the taste of the citrus. The only other one that I enjoyed was the raspberry salt, which surprised me because I don't even like raspberries, but I thought it was pretty tasty. The watermelon salt by far is my favorite. I just love the taste. Even if I stopped taking mounjaro tomorrow, I think I would continue to drink the Element electrolyte. It's just very good. I was told that it doesn't break your fast because it has stevia, a sugar substitute, and it doesn't have sugar. So I don't know if that's true or not. So again, I would defer to your doctor. Do your own research. Element suggests that you consume 1 to 2 packets per day if you're actively involved with exercise or any kind of strenuous activity. I have to tell this story about why I even started Element. Early in my Mounjaro journey, I got out of the bed one morning and I could not move my leg. I had the worst cramps ever. It was like a Charlie horse times 5. And all day, I mean, my leg was like, it felt like my leg was stiff. I couldn't really straighten it out. I couldn't move. I had a hard time going up the stairs. So I went, online and researched what was going on. I learned that this was a common side effect is to, have muscle spasms and have muscle cramps. I saw that electrolytes is a way to help with that. So right away, I bought Gatorade and drank that. And I was familiar with Gatorade from having a colonoscopy years ago. So I knew that was something I could take. And it was quick, fast, go to my grocery store. So in the meantime, I did some research and I came across Element. And that is when I decided to order. I haven't looked back since. I just think it's great. But again, I would check with your doctor. Protein shakes are on my list of tools that helped me through this GLP-1 Mounjaro journey. I have never been a fan of drinking protein shakes. That just has never been my thing. I'm not a chocolate fan. I don't like chocolate, although any protein shake that I've tried, chocolate is the only one that I can stand. The rest of them, I just don't really care for them. I was researching the healthiest protein shakes that I could possibly find. And there's not a lot out there because if you look on the back of any of these protein shakes, they have, 15, 16 ingredients. But the one that came the closest for me in my research was the Fairlife brand. I love this protein shake. I've tried the strawberry, I've tried the vanilla, and I like them both. But my favorite by far is the chocolate, even though I'm not a chocolate person. This protein shake is just delicious and it has helped me on my weight loss journey. I started out buying the 26 grams of protein. I didn't even know there was other options out there. And then I stumbled across 30 then I stumbled across the 42 grams of protein. Now, you might say, well, why aren't you drinking the 42 that has the most grams of protein per bottle? Well, it's the most expensive. So I stick with my 30 grams of protein. And then I also found this clear whey protein that you could add to your drink that is made by Oath. I heard of it watching another YouTuber talk about it. And so I ordered it. And sure enough, I like it. I like the frosted lemonade. It's very good. It's very tasty. It reminds me of the frozen lemonade from Chick-fil-A. It tastes more like the diet lemonade. I don't know if you've ever gotten the frozen diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A. This tastes like that. So some days when I don't want to drink the element, I do drink the clear whey protein, the frosted lemonade. And you can find this online. They do have a website. If you Google Oath, it will come up. You can also buy it at Target. Target sells it, and Target sells the other flavors. So you might want to try each flavor if you don't like the frosted lemonade and see what appeals to you. But those are my protein drinks. And I will tell you, the protein shakes are what gets you through those times when you can't eat or you don't want to eat. It also gets you through those times where you are hungry and you want to eat something, but you know you probably shouldn't because you already had your calories for the day. So the protein shake comes in handy then. And I don't really think I could have made it through my journey so far without these protein shakes. But I don't rely on them to replace the meal. I don't do that very often. There have been times where I've been out and about and didn't get home until late. And I don't like to eat late. I don't like the idea of the food just sitting on my stomach. Also, I don't want to get acid reflux or anything like that, eating and then laying right down. So that's one of the things that I've learned on this journey is not eat and go right to sleep. I give myself a couple of hours because the food is already digesting slower. So I want to assist in any way that I can. And so that's when I'll drink a protein shake. If I come home at like 9 o'clock and it's late, I'll just drink that instead of eating a meal. And that has helped me out as well. I also have tried the plant-based protein shakes. If you are somebody that's a vegan or a vegetarian and you want to try a protein shake, try this OWN protein shake. It's plant-based. I buy mine at Whole Foods. I'm not a big meat eater. So sometimes I just don't want the animal products. And so when I decide that, I'm just going to lay off that for a while, I do go to the plant-based protein shakes. And that's an option for you as well. Last but not least, I had to include my dark chocolate keto clusters. I absolutely love these as a quick snack. They are very tasty. They're made with quinoa, pumpkin, and sunflower seeds, pecans, and almonds. So if you like any of those nuts or the combination, I would definitely try those. They are a good option if you want something that's satisfying, crunchy, and low sugar. So these are some of the tools that have helped me on my weight loss journey. And that's it. These are some of the tools that have helped me on my weight loss journey. If you have anything that you want to share or add, please comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what has helped you on your weight loss journey. What are your go-to snacks? What are your go-to shakes? Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more information about my journey. Until the next video, remember, slow and steady wins the race. Just don't quit.